Welcome back once again, passive income investors. This has been a crazy week. I'm sure you've seen it. It's been crazy as well. I'm sure if you're investing, you've seen what's been going on. Everything going on with the CV is throwing everything crazy. It's dropping stocks down a lot lower, which has been good. So hopefully you had some cash to buy, take advantage of some of these buys right now. Today's gonna be a little bit longer discussion, a little bit longer talk. I'm going to go to a couple areas other than just what I've earned for passive income for the month of February. So I'm going to cover a lot of key areas you want to pay attention to. A lot of good things to know. Today I'm going to talk about, why was I holding 10% in cash over this past year or so. I'm going to update on Be Frugal. Be Frugal is an app on how I make money, pretty much for free just by shopping. Talk about some stocks I bought. I'm going over my dividends for the month of February. Talk about how my rentals did as well as for writing. But if you haven't already, make sure you like this video, subscribe, click the bell notification, and let's get started. All right. So why did I hold 10% in cash? I'm sure many of you know stocks have been at all-time highs for the last year. Hit a lot of new records last year, very recently as well. 2-3 years ago, I had that feeling that the market wasn't near that great. But even at that point, I still had a lot of I still have everything was fully invested. But then I talked to my my not really my the guy who owns my brokerage account at Merrill Lynch. He pretty much said, "Hey, you should have some cash available just for times like this." So at that point, this is a little bit over a year ago, I started cutting back some positions I had in my account, and so I had a lot of cash sitting in the account, just ready to buy, making little buys here and there. But I've been buying a lot more over this past week just because stocks are not they haven't dipped a lot, but they have dipped enough so you can get a good entry point for some of these stocks. Um, Also, just so you know, most recessions happen about every 8 or 9 years, give or take. The last one was 2007, 2008, and a lot of portfolios really got hurt during that time period. So, lastly, we're going to talk about recessions. A lot of people may know a recession. They hear a lot of talk in the news and everything, but you may not really know what a recession is. So let's see what it is. All right. Pulled off online, I believe it was Intellipedia or Wikipedia, I'm not sure. But what is a recession? A recession is, in macroeconomic terms, refers to a significant decline in general, general economic activity in a designated region. It is typically recognized after 2 consecutive quarters of economic decline, as reflected by GDP, gross domestic product, in conjunction with monthly indicators like unemployment. Recessions are officially declared in the U.S. by a committee of experts at the National Bureau of Economic Research, who determine the peak and subsequent throw of the business cycle, which demonstrates the recessions. So basically, a recession is a period of declining economic performance across an entire economy, frequently measured by 2 consecutive quarters. Business investors and government officials track these various economic indicators that help predict or confirm the onset of recessions, but they're officially declared by NBER. A variety of economic theories have been developed to explain how. So basically, in layman's terms, the economy is going to go through some changes. You may feel the pinch a little. Interest rates may rise a little. So things like for maybe your credit card, maybe for loans for your car, your auto. If you're trying to get a new one, those may rise a little bit. So you've got to just be careful, be cognizant of that. So there are times like this, you've got to have extra cash. You've got to build up your emergency fund a little bit higher, a little bit more than what you normally have, because banks will get kind of tight. They may not want to lend their money to you just for those reasons. So if you have a rental property, it's good to have a bigger cushion, because you may need that cushion when times like that happen. Happened to me back when the last crash. I had a renter, or couldn't find a renter, and it took me almost a year to find a renter for one of my properties. And so my emergency fund was almost depleted because of that. And so now I'm trying to rebuild a lot of it back up again, and it's slowly growing. But okay, this one, Be Frugal. If you don't know, I've talked about it previously, almost 7-8 months ago. Things on your phone. This is how I buy a lot of things off my phone through these little stores you may go to every day. Be Frugal. These are some of the stores here. You can buy things let me give you a quick example. Say you want to buy something at Macy's. You go to this, you go to the log in to Be Frugal. You can connect to your Macy's account, and you'll make some purchases off of that. And you can have it either shipped to your house, or you can go there, do the store, and pick it up yourself. I tend to go pick up things myself for the most part because I like to get out, do some things, get out. But it's really quick because you go to one little section and they'll have all your stuff waiting for you right there. You show them your show them your card or whatever you may have, or you show them the receipt, and you give them your name, and you can come pick up your stuff. I go to Sam's Club. I do Sam's Club or Walmart a lot. I do that because they'll have this stuff waiting for you right there. So you're not spending 10, 20, or even 30 or more minutes there walking around trying to find everything you need, because everything will be sitting there waiting for you to pick up. And so here on the left, a quick little glimpse of what I've purchased recently, and showing things I bought and how much they cost, what I've earned for cash back, and some things that may take a little while for it to be verified and for you to get paid, which is fine. And here on the right, it's showing, I had some friends signed up last year, some different points in the year. Some of that I've got paid for. Like, this is when you can also get paid for when you sign up as well. So you get paid for that, as I showed right here. And then I got paid for this person who signed here right here, because really these people have to use their account. They've got to show they're making charges, and you'll get paid off once they've hit that limit, and you'll get paid off of that. So I have these 4 other people here who have not done everything they need to do for me to get paid. But also, when you do sign up, you'll get $10 immediately. So it's really a good thing to do. So time is money. Anything you do when you're wasting time, you're losing a lot of money because of that. So I'm going to show you a couple of things I'm doing right now and give you a quick little update. Okay, before I get into that, there's a Webull promotion. It's going to end March 17th, which is only a few days from now. 12 days, actually, it's 11 days by the time this comes up. So if you don't have a Webull account, 1, you get a free stock just by signing up. 2, you get a second free stock just by depositing any amount of money, and you get free stock as well. If you want to go into more details or need some tips, you've never bought stocks before, I can walk you through, help you out. I'm not going to give you specifically what to buy, but I will give you some tips and some direction to help you get started. And if you're an options trader, Webull just added this month. I mentioned this previously in one of my other videos, but Webull has added options trading. Compared to the other brokers' account, you see TD Ameritrade charges you 65 cents per contract fee. Fidelity is the same, as well as Schwab, as well as Merrill Edge. Webull charges you nothing, 0 for contract fees. So you might want to check out Webull because it gives you more options some of these other high-end brokers will charge you. And just so you know, Webull's available on, Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, everything. You can use it pretty much everywhere. Webull wants to be in your pocket, available for use anytime you want. Okay, now this is what you've really been waiting for, the end of the big picture. Okay, for passive income stocks, we've added a lot of stocks recently. We're up to 29 dividend stocks, and we still have our 3 rentals. All right. Stocks I bought for the month through all of last month. Bought HEP, which is Holly Energy Partners. HEP does pretty well. Pays a dividend of 12.29%. Yes, it's a high dividend, but that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that pay me pretty quickly. BP, British Petroleum. Oil is getting slammed pretty hard right now, but everybody needs oil. Everyone thinks oil is going to go away, but oil is still getting used very heavily today. Even though the price of oil is coming down, as well as gas, everyone still needs oil. My car still needs gas and oil and everything. So I'm sure many of yours as well, unless you have, a Tesla. But for the most part, a lot of people still have these cars. They need to use their gas and everything. I also bought WPG. Washington Prime Group. This is another, like, a real estate, a REIT. So it's paying pretty well as well. IP, Icon, Icon. Yeah, Icon Enterprises LP. Carl Icahn, he has his own little fund. The fund overall is not doing very well, but he always comes out in the end. So I'm expecting this one to improve in terms of the share price, but dividend wise, it still does, fairly well. It's still holding its own. The next one I bought was BPT, a couple more shares, BP Broodholm Bay Royal. This one pretty much has oil fields located out in Alaska and other areas. So this one, I'm always looking to have more income coming in. I picked up Plug. Plug is not a dividend paying stock, but Plug is okay. Plug is an alternative energy technology provider engaged in design, development, manufacturing for hydrogen and fuel cell systems. Okay, Plug is not a dividend paying stock, but this one I bought a couple shares in just to see how it goes. And this one, trying to enter into the vehicle industry, trying to provide more capabilities and more exposure, trying to, just everybody's really big on electric vehicles right now. Plug is another way into this market as well. Then I bought more shares of Holly Energy Partners. Holly Energy Partner is another also involved with the oil industry, pretty much petroleum, more in the pipeline distribution, everything. So I bought a couple shares of SRLP. SRLP is SPRAC Resources LP. SPRAC pretty much engages in the purchase, storage, and distribution of refined petroleum and natural gas in the United States. See, I've been really going really heavy into this oil and gas right now because these industries are getting slaughtered right now. And so this is what this industry will come back. It's not going anywhere. So it's going to only increase as well-paid dividends over time. A couple more, second page, more information coming up about more shares of OXLC. Actually, this is the first time I bought this one. Oxford Lane Capital. This is pretty much a closed-end fund launched and invests in fixed income securities. So this is more conservative. So also just trying to pay back its users and trying to help out. I bought some shares of Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley acquired E-Trade. Then I jumped into added more real estate for public storage. I added 2 shares of public storage. Public storage a little pricier, so I only picked up 2 shares of this one. I got into more another non-dividend player, Pinterest. Bought 10 shares of Pinterest. I think Pinterest is a good platform. It's only going to increase and improve in terms of price wise. So I picked up some more shares of Tesla. This one I bought a little bit higher. I bought some more shares of Tesla. I didn't really. I bought recently. I think I bought it this month, but this one I paid a little bit higher than I wanted to. But it's still, 762 is still a pretty good price. HRB, excuse me. Bought some shares of HRB, which is H&R Block. It's tax season, and everybody. I mean, a lot of people use H&R Block because they're well known. I mean, it's simple, quick, easy to work with them. I've worked with H&R Block in the past, but I don't work with them now. But if you have a simple tax return, they're a great company to go and get your taxes done. And then February stocks, overall a pretty good month. $40 for Dividend Healthcare. Diversified Healthcare. They did some restructuring. They merged with Senior Housing, which is what I used to have. It's a little name branding, change the name. So HEP paid me $79 this past month. Levi Strauss. I bought Levi Strauss when it IPO'd. I didn't even realize they paid a dividend. I just realized that recently. So they paid me 40 cents. SPRAC Resources paid me $128. Sunoco paid me $245, and Tekla World Healthcare Fund paid me $11.66. I bought some shares of Tekla. I think I mentioned previously, so I'm trying to. This one is a monthly payer. Tekla World Healthcare Fund. They have a lot of great healthcare companies underneath them, so they're doing pretty well. So grand total of just 522 for this past month. Wasn't as much as the previous month was what I had 1152. But I'm trying to work on these companies, these stocks, trying to improve so they can get up to what at least 1,000 a month in terms of for passive income. Sorry about the typo on that last one. Now we'll jump into real estate. Real estate also paid very well this past month, 1026. I believe one of my houses had to have some little work on some of the excuse me. I had to work on some of the roofing a little bit, so a little bit of money out of my pocket, but it all works out in the end. Since it's going to be a tax write-off. So writing dipped a lot from the previous month. So this month I'm really cutting back a lot on Quora. If you're not familiar, I write for Quora. I'm also working on another stream of passive income, which I will talk to you about pretty soon. So I'm not gonna. I just want to really see if it works. If it doesn't work, I'm not really gonna mention it. So and so anything, passive income is just like riding a bike. Nobody's going to be perfect when they start out, but after a while, you can be just like this person here and just flow and just ride like it's so simple and easy, because you get used to it. It's so easy to do and so easy to manage after a while. So my passive income, that last key, the previous key, I had 4 keys that were unlocked, 4 locks that were unlocked this past month. But this past month, I had less income coming in, so I'm back down to 3 passive income locks unlocked. So I'm going to work on the others. And so grand total into 1582. My percentage dropped a little bit as well as how much I do need to earn in the future, but I do have some plans to do that. One of my previous videos talked about my $15,000 income, passive income goal. I talk in more detail on how I plan to get there. If you want to check it out, it gives more detail, a little more laying out of what exactly and how I plan to get there. I can either go, the slow way or the fast way. I'm trying to go the fast way to get increases a lot quicker and to meet my goals. All right, so if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, click bell for notification. I'll be back again this upcoming Sunday with another video. I encourage you to come back and check it out. Take care. Have a great day. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend.